Yo! I honestly never thought that we get an opportunity to talk this wrestling stuff again. If you ain't know, this is that Industry Outsiders podcast. Another wonderful Synful Blaq podcast, one of many that will be hitting your airwaves. But if you don't know this voice, this is your boy James, aka Hollywood J Black, live in the building once again. And you know who we got on deck. You know I can't do this show by myself. I got my man, my main man's Big MFN citizen of the building. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm laying here with no pants on.
That a little bit too much information, sir. Slightly too much information. Just like, you know, just slightly. Maybe like
it's a motherfucker podcast. They can't see me, so I'm just on chill mode.
Well, except for that GTV camera that's inside your house that we planted. You know, just want to, you know, you'll never find it either.
2 words for that GTV camera.
I got 2 words for you.
I have 2 words for that GTV camera, sir.
What's that, sir?
You know what? They will have to pay me for me to take them down.
All right. Well, listen, it's been a minute since we had a nice little wrestling podcast. I know we talked about months on end going back to the Industry Outsiders Wrestling podcast. A lot of things have happened.
One of our internet is being very shitty right now because since you started the damn music, everything been ruined. So,
well, the crazy part about it is that I've actually turned off the music, and I wonder if it's just the recording part. Are you recording locally? Because I turned that off.
No, remember, it's your studio. You're the one who starts this shit.
I know, but I know if you had set up recording locally, because I did not do that. I refuse to do that.
No, not at all.
That is a setup. So while I love our StreamYard platform,
at all,
they said they put together this thing that says record locally, and that works. You know, if you have fiber, you know, go with a gig up, a gig down, and the person that you're on also has a gig up, a gig down. Now the good news is that I have a gig down. But Spectrum, but see that, and that's like you're using the term gig loosely. I don't know how you use a term of measurement loosely. But when it comes to
it's at 0.098 megabytes that they round up to a gig. Okay,
that's right. There you go. So we use that term loosely around here, thanks to Spectrum. Spectrum says, not exactly, fam. I don't think so.
But I just want to welcome everybody to the first actual podcast recorded on the podcast.
Yes. So yes, you won't see our faces. If you want to see our faces, we'll be more than happy to go to Synful Blaq Entertainment on YouTube or on Facebook randomly, so you can then go to YouTube because Facebook hates every time we play 2 seconds of a song, but you know, whatever. So explain this to me, okay? You tell me how.
Hey, but Facebook doesn't fuck with my gaming videos.
But here's the thing. Okay, so Facebook says, "Hey, we want to be a international place similar to YouTube where you can post your videos and make money off of them, right? That's what they say, okay? They said we want to be bigger than YouTube because we have the user base. All right. Well,
you know what they have in their in the small print?
What?
Don't play 0.1 second of any song.
Any song. Any song.
Whether that song is copyrighted or not.
Don't even sing it. Because did you? For those that don't know, did you hear about? There's an Eminem cat AI video. It's an Eminem video, but it's not really Eminem. It's a cat. It's an AI pretending to be Eminem, rapping random lyrics about cats. Yeah. Okay,
it's basically ChatGPT on voice mode.
Exactly, and they use Eminem, a similar Eminem voice. Okay, Facebook and subsequently YouTube have taken that down. Interscope has filed a copyright claim. You heard that right. Facebook and YouTube have filed copyright claims on the voice of Eminem.
Yes.
So Interscope Records says that we own Eminem so much that they basically have an NIL deal with the man, okay? They got one of these NCAA NIL deals, similar to what WWE has with their new recruits, okay? And say, no, we own his voice.
Yeah.
Wow. This is I can't wait till the
you know what the most dangerous thing in the world is about these ChatGPT things?
What?
Kids ain't doing their own homework no more, number one.
No.
Number two, wrestling writers are going to be out of a job because an AI could do it better than most of these companies.
Man, we've been doing better wrestling writing years before these dudes have been doing it.
Number three, these ChatGPTs do coding. So hello, Ubisoft. Here, create me a game on Ubisoft. ChatGPT. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know why that is? Because, Ubisoft said, no, we're not going to pay the ransom to get our code back. Nah, it's cool. So the code is actually freely there. I think it's Assassin's Creed code and some other code is freely out there. So if you tell ChatGPT to make to create code for a game using a Ubisoft engine, it will.
And it's easy to do because all Ubisoft engines have the same shit.
Yep. It'll create it with no problem. No problem at all. It is the most. It's going to be a problem.
I'm sorry, screenwriters, but I'm going to use ChatGPT to write me a movie and get a Netflix deal.
There you go. Listen, it's better than half the shit that we probably see as it is. So,
every damn better than Velma.
See now that we've reached a point where we've now tied in wrestling to our segue. We have a lot to talk about.
We got some things to chat about here.
Yes, we have. Indubitably so, my friend. We have some things and some stuff. I don't even know.
We also have some stuff and some things.
Yes, and we did. It is some whatchamacallits and some what's-a-who's and some doodads.
And a KSI in an ugly ass Prime bottle outfit.
Yes. Oh, speaking of Prime, you tell me before we start up. I just found out earlier today that Twitch is apparently massively banning African American creators. It has taken down their top two African American creators. Literally number 1 and number 2. They're permanently banned from Twitch.
Good job, Twitch.
Yes.
Proud of you.
Yes, they said Black History Month is over. We ain't paying y'all. That's what it said.
They actually revealed their real name. It used to be Twitch, but it was actually Snitch. So.
A Snitch, right?
Let's have hot tub titty streams all over the place. Black people don't be on that program.
Exactly. See, that's what trips me out. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You got people damn near fucking on Twitch, but y'all mad at some dude and you won't say why. Like they won't even say why exactly what he did or how he did it. You know what I'm saying? They're just like
just that he did it.
Just that he did it. Whatever he did, what 50 Cent said, whatever that man did, I think he did it. Whatever they say he did, that man did it. Shit.
Twitch out here like, what had happened was...
exactly. And no word. They didn't even say that he even violated the terms of agreement. They just banned the nigga. Perma ban.
Like, let's be real here. Amma Ruth, who is a porn star, has a Twitch channel that she streams on daily.
Yes, which she also constantly on Twitter gets roasted for posting polls that says me or a PS5 or me or a gaming PC or me or a pastrami sandwich. She never wins.
Yeah, PS5 because, you know, that's more entertainment for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, she never wins. No matter what you throw, she never wins. Because she picked a pastrami sandwich from the best pastrami sandwich in New York. Okay.
Yeah, you stupid. All right. So we are here for some meat and potatoes and meat, and men slapping men, big manly meat slapping big manly meat. With some oversells in the women's division, all here.
Well, exactly. So I see. This is the point where I don't know. We have so much to talk about. I don't know where to start.
Okay, so you made a post on Twitter that went viral about the bloodline, so we could talk about new bloodline stuff.
Yes. So
we could talk about Trish's weird promo on Raw last night.
Yeah.
We could talk about what is being industry insiders, not us, because we are the industry outsiders, have said that the upcoming WWE draft is the start of Triple H's reign by himself.
Well, if that's the case, then I have to question whether. So I have to question whether it's. I feel like he's been running the ship basically this whole time up until I want to say the month to WrestleMania. That's when the rumors started happening about Vince.
About being sales, about selling the company, yes.
Yeah, so shout out to Sean Ross Sapp in the building.
And also, let's say right now, this WrestleMania was the most profitable WrestleMania of all time.
Yes, and it would have been the perfect WrestleMania had it not been for Cody Rhodes losing to Roman Reigns.
Cody Rhodes needed to lose. We already talked about this.
We will get to that part in a second, okay? But let's talk about so if we're gonna go to if our starting point is gonna be where I ended the Twitter post at, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So at that point, that was 2 weeks. So no, I'm sorry. So that was
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Royal Rumble, where Roman Reigns beat Kevin Owens.
And Sami Zayn pulled the trigger on Roman Reigns' back.
Yep, and then we went over all that on the Twitter post. So we don't need to go over that part again. So since then, we've had Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns in an absolute banger of a match
in Montreal. Yes,
in Montreal that had more story in cinema than most of Roman Reigns' matches combined.
Than some Hollywood movies. I mean,
yeah, and because the setup for that match was Sammy basically got himself into some shit, but he was doing the right thing, okay? And but he was also questioning himself, knowing that he's a veteran in this industry, okay? So not just in WWE, this man used to don a mask, okay? And he was a man by the name of
El Generico.
Exactly, and so. When you look at it from that perspective, and then you say, you think he was the most experienced person in the building, right?
Yeah.
But then he questioned himself whether he could do this or not. And then the one person that could answer that question that he went to was Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
And Cody Rhodes gave him that confidence and that ability to believe in himself to attempt to win that match. And he almost had that match won.
Yes.
It would have been insane had Sami Zayn won that match, and that would have been something else. Had he won that match, pulled that match off in Montreal, then setting up Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn, but even then you could have probably had Roman politic himself into that match as well. But then you'd be back to having a second triple threat in 3 years for a WWE title, which that kind of shits on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doing the triple threat thing like almost back to back. Like the rare moments where we did have it, which was with people that we don't like to mention the people's name, but Benoit. You know what I'm saying? The Benoit, Shawn Michaels, Triple H one. That was a rare thing that it needed to happen because
then you had Mysterio, Triple H, and Randy Orton.
Yep, but that needed to happen. And then Batista, Randy Orton, and Daniel Bryan.
And Daniel Bryan, Edge, and Roman Reigns.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm saying. And that was the one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which I said, that needed to happen. But you have to also think to yourself, like, man, we can't keep going back to that well. At some point, we're going to have to say, this is our star, and he has to be fighting our other star. Which then I can understand why Sami Zayn lost. Sami Zayn could have won, and the story would have made sense. Sami Zayn could have lost, and the story would have made sense. So you probably kind of go with the least, the path of least resistance, which is Roman Reigns winning.
The Sami Zayn's losing adds more to the story because then at that point you have, for a minute there, you have what was Jey Uso going to do?
Yep.
You had, will Kevin Owens ever forgive Sami Zayn?
True.
You had, so if these two are together, who is going to help them? And you've had to shake that part up because of Bork Lesnar.
Bork Laser, baby.
Bork Laser. But I do like the fact that they are getting Riddle back involved in this.
Well, yes. So, and that's a little bit further down the road, which is good, though, because it keeps that you can keep, you can have, well, basically you can have some really, really good matches at that point, right? Like you can keep Riddle in that box, the Riddle box.
Yeah, so when we get to what's going on today or last night, we have a lot to talk about here because now we're getting multiple factions involved in this whole thing now.
Yes. So
let's go back to Elimination Chamber. Sami Zayn fails, but fails in a winning way.
Yeah. I think he solidified himself on the grand stage as a main event player. And the reality...
Which I don't think anybody will say this out loud, but I will. I think Sami Zayn getting that reception the last 3 months stopped the WWE from selling to the Saudi princes.
Yes. Which you know what? If that's the what is it? The caveat of that happening, then I'm here for it.
Yes.
Because at some point, if the Saudis would have taken that thing over, a lot of people wouldn't be probably there now.
We'd be back in the golden era. They'd have Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg as the main event.
That's right. Goldberg would have signed a contract with the Saudis.
Right.
Let me tell you something, brother. That doesn't work for me, brother.
Me and Hawkman over here.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
Well, you work for me.
Well, you work for me now. So, shit. So we had that match, and we had Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes fought at the pay-per-view, right? At Elimination Chamber.
No, he did not.
He didn't. He won. He won the Royal Rumble.
He won the Royal Rumble. He didn't have a match at Elimination Chamber.
I could have sworn he did. Why am I thinking that he did?
He did not. Because the Elimination Chamber was for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
Cody was not on the card for Elimination Chamber.
Boo. He should have been there.
No, which is fine because they wanted the long build up for WrestleMania.
The big long build up. And
you also have to remember, he was coming off of a pec injury and getting his chest chopped off by Gunther in the Royal Rumble.
Which that should have been, you know what though, oddly enough, although I want Gunther to be undefeated. I thought that he fought a sidekick of them. I guess not. I don't know. Either way, doesn't matter.
No, he beat Ludwig Kaiser on SmackDown before the Elimination Chamber.
That is true. And then he went on to go through. I think he did Solo Sikoa 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later.
on the Monday Night Raw
Yeah,
after the promo where he told Solo he wasn't ready.
Yes, you're definitely not ready. God damn.
Yeah, that. So okay, let's talk about Solo real quick.
Yeah.
I am seeing the
Go ahead.
I am seeing. I don't know what the fuck you're doing over there. It's noisy.
No, it was a paper. It was being ripped. Go ahead. You're good.
I am seeing with Solo the makings of the next great Samoan wrestler.
Oh, I wholeheartedly. Well, I said wholeheartedly agree.
So you have to take everything that Paul Heyman says about Solo Sikoa as fact, because even this past Monday night, I know we're not there yet. I just want to say the moment. And when they were talking about the 6-man tag, when they talked about Solo, he said Roman will have Solo handle some problems, and those problems being the Usos.
Yeah, which that's going to be crazy when the younger brother turns on the two older brothers.
Because it's almost happened already. He was about to snap on Jay a couple weeks ago.
I mean, we were almost there. Not gonna lie, we were almost there. And I look at it like this. So peep game, okay? For one, I know that Solo at some point, see, to me, I feel like Solo and the bloodline as a whole, like Solo is the future of the bloodline. Yes. Like as far as this goes, we've already just found out that Rikishi got another son, 21 years old. Oh,
and also back in talks with Jacob Fatu.
Well, yeah, because he has nothing going on.
Yep.
Right now in MLW, he's successfully taking down his OG members of Contra Unit, having fun over there.
He had the 5-year feud with Hammerstone that finally ended.
Yep, that finally ended. Hammerstone is fully entrenched as the
champ.
As the champ. He's been a champ for a while now. It is what it is. I would love to see Jacob Fatu there. I would even love to see. I think there's more Samoans. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, because there's more in the Anoa'i family too. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of Samoans to go around. We're gonna be a while,
And if they really want to get frisky, they can bring over Tama Tonga and fucking.
Oh yeah, Tama Tonga. That's gonna be another one, because then they're gonna bring in the Tongans, nigga. Goddamn. Shit. Okay.
WWE's just gonna be fucking Tongan Samoan blood feud for the next 5 years.
We're just gonna bring in the Tongans, nigga. Send in the Tongans.
But yeah, Solo is being booked and being talked up so much as being that next guy.
Well, yeah, and I honestly feel that he is that guy. He's that dude. When that comes, it's gonna mainly. I honest to God, I fully believe that that's gonna be all up to when Roman decides that he's done. At least as far as for now, when he takes his big break.
When he goes to be a mentor figure instead of the champion. Yeah.
Yep. So the whole thing, but the big elephant in the room, as I talked about in the Twitter post, at the end of the day, Jay and Roman, we're gonna have to circle the wagons back at this. As far as that has to be the true end of Roman Reigns' reign, okay? And then even if Jay wins, right? Then you can have like the next night on Raw. You can have Solo take out Jay, and then starts the new bloodline where you have new members of the bloodline come in. You can bring in Jacob Fatu. You can bring in the young blood Fatu that's still going down. You can even have The Rock's daughter.
Yeah, she's only had one match. She's very green.
Oh, extremely green, but she has personality in spades.
And the look.
Yeah,
she has the look.
When you see her, and however she interacts, right? She is she it's almost like The Rock, the presence, right? You know what I'm saying? She has her daddy's presence, which that you can't duplicate that. She has these looks. She looks like when Rocky Maivia is angry. Oh,
she got that bit of dad face.
Yeah, right.
But they did put her with the right guy to help her get better with promos and shit.
Yeah.
With Joe Gacy.
Well, it's good though because it's those serious type promos. I honestly, honest to God, they need to. Solo needs to kidnap what you call him and bring it back to the what you call him. bring her to the. God damn it, where my head's at? Bring her back to the bloodline. There you go. That's the word I want to say. Bloodline.
You know somebody else we're not talking about who we should be talking about?
Who, sir?
She is married into the bloodline.
Are you talking about Naomi?
And she is not under contract with anybody. Where Sasha Banks went to New Japan, Naomi is still out there, not wrestling.
So if you believe the word, okay, because it's been happening more recently, Naomi has been popping up at ROH events here in Orlando. They live out here.
Yeah.
And they film ROH at the studio at Universal Studios, along with Dark and Elevation.
Okay.
You got to pay to get in now, which is pretty awesome. The thought is that she may end up being in AEW as a challenger to Athena. Like Athena's going on a historic run in ROH. Basically, what's his name is making up for all the sins of Vince McMahon not giving Athena the run that she deserved as Ember Moon.
And I get that, but I can see them, especially if what's true about the draft, with Triple H, this being his time now, finally.
Yes.
I could see Naomi coming back, joining the Bloodline, and taking one of the women's championships to the Bloodline.
I can see it, but they're going to have to ensure that Vince McMahon is no longer anywhere near anything creative. That's the only way that this is going to even work, because that was a huge contention point.
And it has every right to be.
Yeah, and I agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it doesn't, but that's what I'm saying. Like when something's a huge contention point, you kind of open yourself up to, like certain situations.
So the big question I wanted to ask you today.
Yeah.
With the draft coming up,
mm-hmm.
Do you split the titles or make it one championship?
No, you make it one championship, because then what's the point? It becomes you can't go from being undisputed to now it being disputed. Unless your plan is to eventually give Cody Rhodes a title at like SummerSlam and play the long game with splitting the titles and doing like a long thing where you finally officially crown a champion at SummerSlam. That's the only way that you'd even do it. And then eventually the matchup being Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at next year's WrestleMania. But the problem is, so this is the thing. We have a lot of things that are seemingly in this rotation. And when I say things, you're like, okay, what do you mean by things? So we have The Rock announcing that in the not too distant future, that he is going to that him and Roman Reigns are going to throw down.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is in the not too distant future. How this works, I have no idea. How you can't put the titles, because what do you expect 50-some-year-old Rock to be the heavyweight champion?
Why they screwed CM Punk with The Rock? Why not?
That was 10 years ago.
I know, but it doesn't seem that far ago.
Well, it is. Unfortunately, it is.
I am not old. Shut the fuck up.
It has been 10 years since Rocky Maivia has been in the ring. Okay. Yes, I'm calling him by his non-government name.
I want Rocky Maivia with the fanny pack and the turtleneck to take on Roman Reigns.
We've come full circle. So the whole thing is that if it's gonna go down, do you still have Roman Reigns with the title? Okay, that means you essentially have guaranteed Roman Reigns being champion for another 2 years. Because he's got to go on to WrestleMania as the champion next year, right? If you're going to do Rock and Roman Reigns and a belt, it's got to have it's got to have more importance than what's needed, I guess. Because you don't need a belt.
No.
You don't need a belt to make this important.
No, because this could be a blood feud. This is a family feud.
Yeah. Family feud. Oh, man. So, I mean, you can. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to go blood feud. You can just go. I mean, you don't have to go championship. You can go blood feud. That's how it has to be. If you do anything else, I feel like it takes away from them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I do agree.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like, okay, well, how do you do it then? Well, there's a couple of different ways that you can go about this one. The Rock can cost Roman Reigns the title somewhere. Like, they think it could be talking big shit. When's the next time they're? I guess we'd have to figure out when's the next time they're either in LA or they're in Miami.
So, one major change that has happened recently is, remember, the show in Saudi was supposed to be the King and the Queen of the Ring.
Yes.
They changed that to Night of Champions, which Roman Reigns is headlining.
Yes. But who is he going to go against?
It's a Saudi show, so you can put Dwayne there.
And then, I mean, you just run it real quick and then call it a day.
You just have Roman beat him and shut it up.
That would, but I'll tell you, that is
It ain't gonna hurt Roman.
It's not. But okay, this is what we like to call an ELE, an extinction level event, right? You know,
we already had that in Saudi when they jobbed out the Fiend to Goldberg.
Don't fucking remind me. But we don't. Okay, so we don't need 2 extinction level events.
Fuck it, I want chaos and burning.
Oh, if you want chaos and burning, then what you should be saying is that you want The Rock to beat Roman Reigns at day 1000.
No, I do not want to just go into a deep depression because that means Triple H has been released from the WWE.
You said you want chaos. You thrive.
You know what I mean, you son of a bitch.
No, I don't.
I want them to job The Rock out to Roman Reigns. And then The Rock to get up on his knees and say, I acknowledge you. And then Solo comes up from behind and gives Roman Reigns the Samoan spike.
Could you imagine?
It said, this is my bloodline. He just steps over his body.
Exactly. The Rock just walking over.
Like, The Rock, he goes over, Solo steps over Roman, picks up The Rock, embraces The Rock, and then Samoan spikes him too. He said, and I ain't no Hollywood bitch. And then walks off.
Double DQ. Oh, shit. I mean,
he walks off with Paul Heyman, and the only thing he says and the only thing Paul Heyman says is, this Samoan will never go Hollywood.
God damn.
Because Roman Reigns was in the Fast and the Furious.
God damn. You're so cold. Why you do that, Sin? Why'd you do that? Why? Although it'd be hilarious. And have Paul Heyman walk off with The Rock? Yes, I can do that. Let's go.
Have him just walk off with Solo.
With Solo?
Yeah, with just Solo. And be like, this is the one Samoan who will never go Hollywood.
When is Money in the Bank?
I believe it is in July.
God damn. See, this is why I wish that Money in the Bank was in July. Imagine Solo having the briefcase.
Oh, God. That'd be as bad as when Brock had it.
But what it is that Roman Reigns calls it the insurance policy of the bloodline.
Yeah, they ensure that one of the members keeps that motherfucker. It'd be Solo.
Yeah, exactly. If I lose and some bullshit happens, right? But then,
do you know how bad they would fuck Cody Rhodes with that one? Vince would be like, I shoved it to your daddy one more time.
Oh my God. Oh. See, Solo has all the nonverbal charisma of Roman Reigns while still having the presence of Brock Lesnar, which makes him rolling with Paul Heyman absolutely perfect. That would be it.
That is, I can say this as this is a fact, not a spoiler. Solo Sikoa is the next big thing.
Oh yes. Listen, if that happens, just sign me up, guys. Just sign me the fuck up. Sign me the fuck up. Right, no. I don't think you understand. Sign me the fuck up.
my man over here, like, I'll pay for Peacock, then log into a VPN and pay for WWE Network. That's how sign me the fuck up I am, right?
Sign me up, baby.
Okay, so let's talk about some mid storylines going on right now. Trish Stratus last night completed her non-relevant heel turn.
Okay.
By saying, "Oh yes, I attacked Lita." Yeah, no shit. Number 2, I am nobody's sidekick. As she looks at her body, I'm like, you had a breast reduction, but your tits still look as big as they were. That push-up bra is doing a lot of work right now.
Listen. That is a sidekick. Okay, the bra is the sidekick. Just letting you know.
So the bra is the sidekick?
Yeah, the bra is the sidekick. Oh, you didn't know?
I do not buy. I have seen Trish Stratus when she was a heel, and this is not it. This turn is dumb, and I know it's just to get heat and to get Becky back on track, but it's irrelevant.
Well, okay, so it's not necessarily to keep Becky Lynch back off track. It's to keep Becky Lynch out of the title picture.
Yeah, because her and Charlotte, if they are active singles wrestlers, are always going to be in the title picture.
Well, I mean, but we knew that, though. This isn't something that we didn't know. I mean, this is mainly when you look at it from the outside looking in. It kind of has to go this way. Like there's not really a choice in the matter. Does it suck? Yes, but Becky Lynch has to have your major women's star, right? Who was a draw, I might add, because we can't underestimate the fact that Becky Lynch was a draw.
No, she still is when she is in the title picture.
Yeah, but Becky Lynch. Okay, so Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. The question that they're going to have to ask themselves is when this happens. Is this going to happen at is it going to happen in Saudi, or are we pulling it off? Are we waiting until like Money in the Bank, or Night of or are we having this at SummerSlam?
Well, we might get a WrestleMania Backlash.
We may. But we also may get Lita versus Trish at SummerSlam. Maybe
that's what I'm saying right there. You might have Lita against Trish at SummerSlam, which is going to be horrible because Lita is not as good in the ring as she used to be, and it hurts watching Lita wrestle now.
So what you do, you know how you hide all of that? You want to know the easy way to hide all of that?
How's that?
A hardcore match with Becky Lynch as a special guest referee.
But then that would make it all irrelevant because Becky Lynch is just going to attack Trish Stratus.
I mean, no, but Becky Lynch has to call it right down the middle unless she's provoked. Okay, we've had that stipulation before; it's worked out perfectly.
Okay, Mr. Impact Wrestling.
Okay. Unless provoked, Becky Lynch has to call it right down the middle, or it'd be special guest enforcer. Okay, that way you're not really involved.
This is one of those corners they're backing themselves in right now.
Well, they're already backed in the corner. They're backed in the corner and they're feral. Okay,
like there was no reason for them to take the belts off of Io and Dakota.
No, it furthered the storyline. But who's the champs now? The Raquel and
fucking Raquel and Liv Morgan.
Which
I'm like, listen. I love Liv Morgan. I love Raquel, but not together.
No. But you know what? No, and I'll tell you. No, let me rephrase that. I love them together, but not having them beat what essentially was a face and we didn't know, two faces essentially at the time.
You had them take the belts from Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, who has actually wrestled less matches than Lita in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
All to get the Lita, the Trish heel turn, so you can try and suck one more Trish versus Lita match out before neither one of them can perform anymore.
So, and so that, I guess that's the thing though. So that's what we're gonna have to try. That's what they're gonna have to try and figure out, because not, like I said, like you said, they backed themselves into a corner, and then they had to drop the belts to two faces.
Two faces who one of them doesn't want to be a face, and that's Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
You know, I know, the world knows Liv Morgan wants to be a heel.
Yeah, but okay, so Liv Morgan, see, I know that she wants to be a heel, and I'm fine, and I guess me personally, I'm fine with that. But we have to talk about marketing her as a heel, and that's where it gets complicated.
Yes, because Ronda Rousey exists.
Yeah.
You are not going to be able. So if they were ever to do a double turn, make Rousey a face and Liv a heel, I guarantee you it's going to go about as well as putting Hulk Hogan against The Rock. People are going to cheer for Liv Morgan.
Yeah. And that's the thing. She's organically a face.
Yes.
I'm sorry, that's just what it is. When you have, because people have been wanting her to have her shine for so long, right? When you get to this point, you have to, like, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do?
Are you actually streaming this live?
Yeah, I'm streaming. No, not live. No, why?
Oh, because I have the live button up in the corner. This is 4143.
Oh yeah, no, this is being recorded. No, not
okay.
live. Because trust me, if this was live,
I'm like,
no. So this is what made me mad about Liv Morgan not having a lot more shine with the title. That they should have given her that title.
They did give her the title. And
no, give her shine with the title. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, because unfortunately, Ronda Rousey exists.
Yes, well, but remember though, Ronda Rousey gave her the green light and said good.
I know. Until the fans, but Rousey's mood depends on how the fans are treating her. We have seen this in her 5 years in the WWE. As soon as one fan boos her, she goes heel and just starts fucking running her mouth.
But she didn't even want the title. So let's start there. Let's really have a conversation, okay?
Right.
She did not want the title. When she came back, she didn't want to be the champ.
But there is nobody on the roster, realistically, that can beat her. That's got to be put out there too. If you look at it in a realistic terms, like the last few years of WWE has wanted us to do, there is no female on that roster, not even Charlotte, who can match who can match Ronda Rousey. Charlotte, Rhea, Bianca can get close, but there's no way in feasible fuck that they beat her straight up. If you want to look at it in reality, which is the way that they put Ronda Rousey in the ring.
True. But that's what I'm saying though. Like she wanted. So when this first started, okay, when she first came back, she didn't want to win the Royal Rumble. She didn't want to be the champion. And I feel like they kind of forced that on her because Vince was still there at the time when this happened.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do any of that. She wanted to be a tag team with Shayna Baszler and run roughshod over the fucking division. Which I would have been like, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well. You know what I'm saying? Like listen. Imagine you fucking around and finding out about Shayna Baszler and fucking Ronda Rousey stalking the back. I dare you to say something. Legitimately or kayfabe-ly, okay? Say something.
Because there's no women in that locker room who are touching either one of them real life-wise.
Exactly. So it would have been perfect. So the shine on that win beating them two for the title would have put a lot more emphasis on the tag division, which is what they failed to do when what you call him quit. When what's her name? Sasha Banks and Naomi quit.
Yeah.
That was the shine. See, they could have did that. Gave them the belts, gave them the shine, have them basically run the whole year with the belts. And at that point, and even still, Shayna Baszler could, like, in the moments that Ronda Rousey didn't need to be there every day, like every show, she didn't have to. When Shayna Baszler run roughshot over niggas, or if you didn't want her to fight, all the time, you didn't have to. Just prepare to show up, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately for Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey exists.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is your fault, though.
Because when Rousey was not in the WWE, Shayna was doing her thing.
Yes.
And I will throw one person out there who could probably legitimately fight these two. Probably won't win, but would give them a fight, and that's Asuka. Because she is a world-renowned martial artist.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was the whole thing. Yeah.
But we never got the Ronda Rousey-Asuka match.
True. But then, who do you... I'm tired of Asuka losing.
Yeah?
Can we briefly talk about that for a second? I'm tired of Asuka losing. I swear to God on my mama. I'm tired of...
Now that she's channeling Hana again...
And she lost.
But she lost to Bianca Belair.
Still lost.
But it was to Bianca. So... You said this about Alexa Hexmaster. Bianca Belair, you have to have that rocket on the back and shoot it straight up because they did not do it in NXT.
And I get that. But she still lost.
So right now you have the two best, most athletic, strongest individuals in that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
As far as charisma and in-ring work, as both of your champions.
Yeah.
Because let's give Rhea Ripley her fucking flowers. That girl, what she did at Mania was special.
Yes.
But I did get worried about her for trying to sell that fucking Hurricane from Zelina Vega so goddamn bad that she went face first to do the fucking electro screen.
I mean, to be fair, okay? To be fair.
She is going to murder Zelina Vega. You know this, right?
I think that you know what? I also think that they try to murder each other.
I'm not trying to discredit Zelina Vega, but again, with the Ronda Rousey situation, there's no feasible way in a clean match Zelina Vega ever beats Rhea Ripley.
Well, she has to out-quick Rhea Ripley. That's what it is. The problem is that Zelina Vega... See, if it's Naomi, right? If Zelina Vega had Naomi speed, then that's where you would. You have speed versus power. It'd be like Rey Mysterio going against, like, Kurt Angle or, any other niggas. You know what I'm saying? And Rey Mysterio does have wins against Kurt Angle, so it's not like it's out of the realm of possibility. However, Zelina Vega...
But Kurt Angle was never portrayed as the dominant one like Rhea Ripley is being portrayed as.
I don't know about that. That dominant is all about perspective, right? Kurt Angle, that nigga gets a hold of you, right? It's over. Like it's almost like Brock Lesnar. Once that nigga gets two paws on you, he's suplexing the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be shitting out of your left asshole, right? And then you know what I'm saying? And
why do you have a left asshole? What?
Because the right asshole was clogged, all right? So you shitting out. You got one asshole.
Sir, are you an alien? Do you have two assholes?
I mean, from the planet Ceres. I don't know. Anyways, you know what I mean. The whole point is this. Kurt Angle, he puts paws on you. It's a wrap. You're done. Sorry. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Boom. Okay? That is what it is. So, in dominance is relative. Rhea Ripley is physically dominant, but she's also faster. And worst comes to worst, she has the Judgment Day, which she doesn't need. Okay?
No, and she showed that at WrestleMania that she could do it on her own.
Yes, which I honestly love. Okay.
Yeah, that was the best. I think that was one of the best decisions they made for night one. Yeah. Was letting Rhea go out there by herself.
Yes.
And take on the one person who dominated her.
Domination. It was needed. That win was needed. That they needed to get that back because honest to God, Rhea Ripley should have never lost the one match to begin with to Charlotte Flair from the
jump. You know why she lost that match, right?
Why?
Because she was dressed like Vegeta. Vegeta never wins.
We should have known. We should have fucking known. Okay, we saw it. We were all hyped up. Oh, she's dressed as Vegeta. She's going to war, and Vegeta never wins.
And in an empty stadium, what we learned that night is Rhea Ripley yells very loudly.
Yes.
Congratulations, Buddy Matthews.
He's a soldier. He's a soldier.
But as overall, the women's division is in a good place right now.
Well, yeah, no, and that's the thing, and I guess that's what I was getting to when we were talking about with Becky Lynch being away from the main event, because eventually we're gonna have to circle the wagons back to this. But Becky Lynch doesn't even have to be in the main event anymore. Her historic run with the title, was already, one hell of a fucking situation. And then of course she didn't, she got pregnant and she had the baby, came back, won the title, and then came back as a heel, did all the shit. And does she need it again? No. I
think one more run.
One more run?
One
See now what we have, what nobody's talking about though, is the NXT women's division. Eventually somebody's going to have to come up there, okay? They've been wanting Nikita Lyons to show up, but she keeps getting injured. And now she's working her way back up to fucking NXT level up.
Yeah, and so they have some hidden gems out there in NXT. And I hate to call this one a hidden gem because she's a former champion, Roxanne Perez.
Yeah.
Solo Ruka.
Yeah.
You got the one chick with the manly jawline.
You talking about Stratton?
No, Zoe Stark.
Oh, Stark. Okay, yeah, Stark. Yeah.
No, Tiffany Stratton has stepped up her fucking game.
Oh,
I did not like her character or anything, but what she's done the last few months has been top notch.
Oh, but see, the crazy part about this is that what people don't realize, unless you've actually went to Full Sail, Tiffany Stratton's character had to shift because the censors didn't like it. So initially, the daddy was supposed to be a sugar daddy.
Yeah, I know. And
then they shifted that probably because some executive was like, I got some sugar babies. That's offensive.
Yeah, it was probably John Laurinaitis. And the Bell twins were like, stepdad, no. And then, yes, never forget, John Laurinaitis is the Bella Twins' stepfather.
Oh my god! And then he got caught with all this bullshit that he's going through, and then he ain't heard from this nigga at all since, which is probably for the best.
They probably have him tied up somewhere.
Good, because probably for the best. Keep that nigga in the basement somewhere.
People power.
Keep that nigga in whatever basement that you put that nigga in. Just keep him there. We don't need him.
So Solo Rua was a jobber who pulled off a flipping stunner out of nowhere and became a viral sensation.
See, Sol Ruka, listen, she has that Naomi complex. And when I say Naomi complex, I don't mean it in a negative way. I actually mean it in a very positive way.
The super athletic can do anything complex, that one?
Yep. But the problem is that whenever you have somebody that super athletic, there's only maybe a handful of people that she can work with. And right now, that handful of people, and if you've noticed, the handful of people that she worked with is Tiffany Stratton, who's also super athletic, and Zoe Stark, who is also super athletic. And that's kind of it. You know what I'm saying?
I think we need to see more out of Tatum Paxley because I like her a lot.
Well, she's gonna have to go solo, so you already know that's in the cards now because their little squad is broken up.
Yep, and now you're gonna have the Briggs and Jensen breaking up very soon.
I need to get some shine. What's her name? The chick from Diamond Mine.
Yeah, Ivy Nile. She is one that I could see on the main roster making some noise.
Yeah. I can see her like an enforcer. They need to have somebody needs to be down bad and needs an enforcer. Probably somebody like Baron Corbin. Actually, let's talk about Baron Corbin for a second before. I know you don't want to. I know.
I am a Baron Corbin fan. You know this.
So I've been reimagining a situation where Baron Corbin actually becomes the biggest face in WWE.
They had their chance and they blew it.
But they actually have another opportunity to.
Yeah, with the draft, with the rebranding. Yes, I know.
Not even just that. All it takes is one interaction from Roman Reigns. Just one. Just one lengthy interaction from Roman Reigns. Because remember, if you remember, sir, the last person to beat Roman Reigns clean
is Baron Corbin. I know.
Okay. But also, it's because of the shit that Baron Corbin put this man through right before he had to leave. Is the reason why Roman Reigns is the way he is now. You know, dog food situation?
Yep.
So,
what the funniest thing about, well, the funniest and worst thing that's happened to Baron Corbin over the last year is the fact that they stuck him with JBL and it was working. And then they were like, yeah, nah.
well, no, but they're making this man lose too many damn matches. He just went on a losing streak of all losing streaks.
Yeah, because Triple H took over Johnny Gargano, and these cats came back. So
this is heartbreaking. But see, now this is what you do it right. You get what you call him down at his worst. Get Baron Corbin down at his worst, and then you can essentially do the Sami Zayn situation with what's his name, but instead of Baron Corbin willingly going over to the Bloodline and looking to join him, is Roman Reigns basically treating Baron Corbin like his bitch. You're down on your luck.
We talked about it 20 minutes ago. Again, Solo Sikoa will murder a man.
Exactly, but that's how you keep the man on the leash. That's the leash. The leash is Solo Sikoa, right? So
Solo Sikoa has no reason being on both brands. He just shows up and just stares at people.
Yeah, that's it. That's perfect. Listen, I'm a fan of that. Listen, it was Solo Sikoa. They put him on a brand, and he'll stare at Adam Pearce, and it'll look like that stare down between Diddy and that one dude, that gift that be going around, where Solo Sikoa stared at him all angrily and Adam Pearce smiling, and then eventually you get to the point where, okay, you can stay on both brands, Solo.
All right, so I have the perfect analogy for what Solo is.
What?
Dragon Ball Super, Tournament of Power, Jiren.
There you go.
That is what Solo's going, just looking at motherfuckers and they're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, you can have whatever you want, cuz here, just whatever it is. Like, listen, I'm not going to sit here and fight with you over it. You can have it. There you go.
Because let's give some history. We're going back to Solo. I don't know why. But he was a street fighter in the Hawaiian Islands and in Samoa and shit like that. So
yeah. Well, that's how it happened. Dude. So keep in mind that this dude has hellified training. I seen him when he was in Rikishi school.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that he's part Umaga, part Rikishi.
Yep.
All the good parts too. None of the bad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
He's not going to dance for your ass, but he's going to put you out.
Yep. He's as athletic as Umaga was, with all with the personality when it needs to be tuned, like Rikishi. Solo is that dude, and they basically turned him into Taz.
Yeah, he's got the towel on his head.
Exactly.
Got Paul Heyman. Yeah, you're right. All we need is some orange rendering. But anyway, so back to the mid card stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now, and that's the thing, Baron Corbin. I could talk about that for a whole episode, but we'll save that for the next show, okay? But I want you to keep that thought in your head for the next episode where I can rebuild Baron Corbin again. All right.
So the most interesting thing going on to me right now with mid card stuff is not Gunther, because he's just beating the shit out of everybody.
Okay.
Is Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley.
Oh, big meaty men slapping meat. Oh, you knew. You know what? I've been calling for this match prior to WrestleMania. I said if Bobby Lashley doesn't have an opponent, Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley, big meaty men slapping meat. Book it.
Poor Austin Theory is getting sandwiched in the middle of this shit.
Oh, I know. And you know what that's eventually going to lead up to? Bronson Reed versus Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. And the hilarious part about that whole situation is that Austin Theory put the situation that he put himself in on NXT is the same situation that he's accidentally putting himself into now. So when I asked about that, we're talking about the whole situation when he was part of the family, the Gargano family. He got himself into the business of the North American Championship.
Yep, when Bronson Reed held the belt. Yes.
Yeah. So and that was purely accidental because him and Swerve and all them cats were just beefing. Yeah, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. And he accidentally got himself. Now, fucking around with Bronson Reed.
Now you have 6'8" Swerve Strickland and Lashley.
Mm-hmm. Big meaty men slapping meat. I just love that this feud has gone on this long.
And it started at the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no. I'm talking about the feud between Lashley and fucking Austin
Theory. Yeah, that shit's been going for like a year now. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seth Rollins been in that shit.
I'm saying.
Taylor was in that shit.
like we got to talking about this shit like every time. Listen, I'm sorry. If Lashley's still coming for you a year later, guys, just give the belt to him. Give the belt to him.
Fucked up. You know you're fucked up.
And I know they're trying to build. It's just now that we've talked about Austin Theory. So there's been some stuff going around. There's been the big question about Austin Theory is that do you care about Austin Theory? Yes, I care about Austin Theory, but I don't like how he's being presented by the WWE.
Okay. They fucked up when Vince took his first thing away. Mm-hmm. They fucked up there. Mm-hmm. They fucked up having him cash in the Money in the Bank against Seth Rollins. Mm-hmm. Yes, he won the belt the next pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. They almost fucked up because I guarantee you Vince was like, put Cena over him at Mania.
Yeah.
But they did what they could do to both protect Theory and not hurt Cena and have Theory win dirty.
Yes.
Because, again, talking about the women's division, you look at Cena, Theory, no feasible way in the world he wins clean.
Oh, of course not. And, but there's very rare in a situation when anybody beats Cena clean. Who has really beaten Cena clean? The list of...
It's Taker, Reigns, Orton, Edge. Then I think about it.
Hall of Famers. Every single last one of them.
And Batista.
Every single last one of them Hall of Famers. Every single last one of them. That's rare territory.
Like Khali didn't even beat John Cena.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like Umaga, I think Umaga was the one that came closest to beating this nigga clean until fucking the nigga tried to choke the nigga out with the chain.
Yeah, and Mark Henry is a Hall of Famer. Big Show's a Hall of Famer.
Listen, I want Solo to get Sikoa to get reparations for that match too, because Umaga was really passed out in that match, right? That wasn't like a joke. No, he really was damn near dead.
John Cena knew he had to do something to this man.
Yeah, no, legitimately, because what you call said when you do it, they can pull hard, and I said okay, and he pulled hard, and he choked this thing out. I said, nigga, Solo got to get reparations for that because that's bullshit.
because that was the only way so that fucking Umaga was losing that match.
And I know, and everybody else knows exactly that was the case. You already know.
Because if you remember, 2 months before, Jeff Hardy had to jump off a fucking semi-truck to take out Umaga.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now we've come to this. So Theory, I love Theory. I love his skill set. I love that he's a great worker. He's one of the safest workers out there too. Yep. Doesn't do no dumb shit. Every move is impactful. Like he's the A game. Okay, maybe
one of his most impactful, impressive moves to me is that roll through the rope standing drop kick.
Yes,
that shit looks so clean when he does that shit.
And see, the problem my problem is that he's too. With somebody like him, right? I get that he's cocky. Mm-hmm. But he's not over the top cocky. Okay? He's corny cocky.
And that's what hurts him.
Yeah, and that's just the character because like and everywhere else. Like when he was,
he was in MLW and CZML.
Yeah, he wasn't corny cocky. Dude was like legit a worker. Like he can give you a 60-minute classic back then, and you'd be like, fuck, this nigga just went 60 minutes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? With Jacob Fatu or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like he was dropping bangers. I don't like how cocky he is because I feel that he hasn't earned it. Like the character that they're trying to portray, it hasn't been earned. Okay? Like, for example, when the Rocky Maivia turned into The Rock, right? Mm-hmm. It was the gradual frustration with the crowd turning against him.
Is that when he was getting death threats? So like, yeah.
Yeah. So and that's the point where he had to tell the Rock, the fans to kiss his ass, whatever. And then the nation went on a run of dominance, okay? Mm-hmm. And then as you saw, the Rock's personality kind of grow and grow and grow and grow, where he basically was able to convince the nation to buy into him, and then kick Farouk out, of course.
Kick Farouk out, yeah.
Yeah, okay, and that's how it was supposed to be. Fine. But he earned that. In that 6-month process, he earned the right to be that cocky. Mm-hmm. What else is there? Well, let me think of a new guy. Let me think of somebody that was cocky. The Miz. Okay, The Miz has the Hollywood background. He was on MTV, even though he was being shitted on in the locker room by his fellow peers. Right?
Got kicked out of the locker room by his fellow peers.
Yeah, but he was cocky enough. I think the cockiness was to hide the fact of everything that was going down. But because we knew about it back then, like the dirt sheets weren't hiding shit like that. We knew about the shit that was going down. And people hated The Miz because they felt like he deserved to get his ass kicked, and he got his ass kicked, okay?
Hey, keep talking, I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Yeah. So he got his ass kicked. And so people started hating him, like they started enjoying the fact that he was getting his ass kicked. And then it came to the point where he finally achieved some success with John Morrison because John Morrison was being slighted and The Miz was being slighted. So we said, let's combine forces and become amazing. And that's what happened. They combined their forces, became tag team champs. They elevated each other to where being cocky was being deserved because they had the belts. And then subsequently they turned around and then said, now we can elevate Miz now. Now we can get him out these shorts. Let's put him in some tights. He's earned the respect. He's been a U.S. champion. He's been a tag team champion. He has the right to be cocky now. And he took out his tag team partner. And he won the feud against his tag team partner. So all that was deserved cockiness. But that was a slow burn of what, 2-3 years? While that whole process was going? Austin Theory has come in since around at the end of the end of the NXT family era. When was that? That was 2021 going into 2022. The end of the family. I was there when it happened. And so Austin Theory comes in. He's the blue chipper. But Vince McMahon is high on him. But I felt like where Vince McMahon was at that point health-wise and promo-wise, he couldn't help Austin Theory. See, that's when you have to have like a mentor. See, that's when you got to make him a face first. Don't make him a heel. I think that was where the problem lies. When they came in, they should have made him a face. And then organically have people not give a shit about him. You can't have a heel to where the crowd doesn't give a shit about you. That's like literally the worst thing. You can't come in as a heel where people are like, nah, fuck this dude. At least in NXT, he could hide behind the fact that he was a heel, but he can give you the work. Couldn't hide behind that in the big lights, a big stage. That's the moment where he has to come in as a face. Hi, I'm Austin Theory. He has to come in. He has to, win some matches, get some upsets, right? And basically go on the face Rocky Maivia run where he's just beating people. The blue chip athlete wins the U.S. title. then does his thing. Like, and it goes through that whole process. He wasn't a.
I think you're forgetting one thing.
What?
His brief run as part of Seth Rollins' crew, where he missed a spot where Montez Ford got hurt on the dive over the top rope.
But see, that's the thing. Seth Rollins was a heel, right?
Yeah.
The worst thing that they did for Austin Theory was make him a heel from the jump. I think had they changed, because when you have somebody that's a great worker, right? And you have somebody that can work from under as well as work from over and has like spot moves, kind of like Sheamus, right? You know what I'm saying? He has some spot moves, white noise, fucking, you know what I'm saying? The beats of the Bodrum, Irish curse, all shit like that, right? Like that was the problem with Sheamus. Sheamus, every move that he pulled off was a signature move as a heel, and he was fucking niggas up. And eventually they had to make him a face, and he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And so
the Sheamus we have now is the best Sheamus.
Oh yeah. But Sheamus as a face is perfect because I feel like when he has to work from under, he can hit you with the 900 moves of doom that are all signature moves, and so all the ass kicking.
My man's got a no mercy create a character fucking moveset.
And thank you, we said that shit. He's got a call moveset, nigga. He call moveset, all signatures, and fucking, you know what I'm saying? And that's what that's what Austin Theory has. You know what I'm saying? His moveset, he's got like a cruiserweight style, a cruiserweight style create a wrestler moveset.
He's got the steroided Rey Mysterio with Chad Gable's moveset.
Exactly. So, and that's why I said when this happened, so when they brought him in, especially he was face at that point on the Gargano family, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when
Dexter Lumis came over and everything changed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would have made Dexter Lumis and Austin Theory a team and have Gargano kind of manage him, not like a manager, but you let them have the shine. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd still be the Gargano family, but you let Lumis and Theory have the shine as faces, because people love fucking Dexter Lumis.
Yes,
right. And I think that team would have been fucking amazing had they pulled it off right.
So I have something random real quick.
Yeah.
There are rumors going around that after the 6-man tag between the Usos and when KO and Sammy are doing their title thing, there are rumors going around that they're going to have an open challenge. And the rumor is that open challenge is going to be accepted by the reforming of DIY.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Because Ciampa, with his neck injury and everything,
yeah,
he feels that he can't carry a match by himself anymore.
Well, and that's what they need to bring in DIY. The problem now is though, DIY, the thing that makes DIY special is the whole they can do just about anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like they were able to do. They can go technical with you. They can go hard hitting with you. They can go high flying with you. But if Ciampa the moveset is now limited because of his neck, and Gargano, he keeps getting hurt when he does the high flying style.
Yeah,
you gotta go to the Daniel Bryan school of slowing shit down,
which Ciampa has done over the last few years.
Yeah. Do you make DIY heels or tweeners?
That's where I'm at. I think they should make DIY heels. Bloodthirsty Ciampa and Bloodthirsty Gargano. The Gargano we got towards the end of NXT 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ciampa we got when he had Goldie.
You know what? I would even make them tweeners. I would have them heel tendencies, right? But you have them work from the top. As a heel, you can limit your moveset working from the top. You've seen Bryan Danielson. Yep. It'd be the same situation where they have the moveset to fuck somebody up.
Oh, and speaking of Bryan Danielson, stop slamming screwdrivers in the Hangman Page's face.
I mean, it's gotta. It bees that way sometimes. Okay.
My man said, "I have to fix AEW. I have to fix the Elite." Pulls out a screwdriver, just stabs Hangman in the face with the motherfucker.
He deserved it. Okay, that was Brian Danielson paying him back for the CM Punk comments. Okay, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm just like, because I'm sat here watch that promo. I'm like, all right, you're gonna fix AEW, you're gonna fix the Elite. He's like, and I got something in my pocket to fix the Elite. Pulls out a fucking screwdriver.
Yep.
Hangman Page, dumbass, probably drank a bottle of whiskey before he came out. Because he walked out there with fucking all the BCC in the ring.
I mean,
thinking he was going to do something.
So, if this what reforms the Elite, I'm here for it. Okay.
Yeah, so you know what my dream situation is?
What?
Omega, the Bucks, Hangman Page,
okay,
and Evil Uno. Okay.
But we already got 4. What you call them?
No, I'm saying 5.
But we only have 4 members of BCC though.
Let me finish.
Okay.
So you got BCC.
Okay.
And the returning CM Punk, because the CM Punk Omega stuff.
That would be interesting. Now,
at Blood and Guts.
That would be interesting. Now, I will also say, like, if you really want to have some fun with that one, I look at it like I got one for you. Who is it? The Dark Order beefing with somebody else right now too?
No, they're beefing with BCC. That's it.
They're only beefing with BCC.
Yeah, there is one other man beefing with BCC, but I don't know if they can angle him into a story with the Elite. And that man is Eddie Kingston.
Oh yeah, who?
Eddie Kingston.
No, but I tell you who you can bring in.
Who?
The man that has been calling out Kenny Omega for the last month now, and is now in the finals for I think it's the finals for G1. Lance Archer.
Lance Archer. Have him with the no, but he would have to be on the BCC side. We need somebody teaming with the Elite.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to add somebody, you can add people to the Elite. And
yeah, who is good? So, with the exception of what the fuck is his name? The other half of the Golden Elite, Ibushi. If you take Ibushi out of the equation,
mm-hmm.
You have the Bucks, you have Kenny Omega, you have
Hangman Page. Yep.
As a 5th person, you need somebody who has heat with the BCC, yeah?
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston would be prime, but I don't think that would make sense.
Well, right now he's in ROH. Well, no, you could. He does have beef with the BCC. You can put Eddie Kingston in there.
Yeah, no, but him joining the Elite hurts Eddie Kingston. Like being with them hurts his whole persona.
No, it doesn't. Not if you have the fucking BCC jump the shit out of him.
And he just goes out there to fight.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck you, fuck the Elite. I want blood.
or do you have Adam Cole with the Elite to help them?
No, because you got the shit with the Jazz going on. The Jazz going on with him. Him and Adam Cole and Chris Jericho about to put on a banger.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So no, but what you can do, right? You can have the BCC, right? Mm-hmm. You got the 4 members of the BCC, and then you can get Lance Archer because he has beef with Kenny Omega. So, like, if you really want to make this like a legit I want Forbidden Door Blood and Guts because you can get enough people on the show to make this fucking happen. Okay, so yeah, so you have BCC, you get Lance Archer, and then Lance Archer is in a Suzuki Gun or what? Well, Suzuki Gun's no more. Who is Lance?
Did he join Ospreys?
I believe so. Lance Archer faction.
Because I know in AEW he's still with Jake.
Yeah, but Lance Archer faction in Japan PW.
Because it was Suzuki Gun.
Yeah. So he is. I like how they listed it as over 2 meters tall. Who's he with now?
Or is he solo now?
I think he is solo. But even at that though.
Because Zack Sabre started his own stable.
Yeah, so even at that though, and then you can, but it's not like he doesn't have friends within that. You know what I'm saying? Like because he was with, like I said, he very easily any one of the friends that he was with inside the clique that he was with can come over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And so you bring two of them for New Japan. Okay, so then now you have blood and guts. Now you can go against the elite with Ibushi. Fucking
BCC.
BC, yeah. Well, no, I'm saying though. So yeah, BCC and Lance Archer versus Elite, and you can either go Ibushi or you can go what's the other nigga name? Or you can go Eddie Kingston if you just want to really do it. But you can get some more niggas in the mix. I want to see like a 7-on-7 fucking blood and guts. If you give me 7-on-7 blood and guts or 8-on-8.
The reason I'm saying Eddie Kingston,
yeah,
is because he has real life beef with Daniel Bryan, Claudio, CM Punk.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. So like, hold on. Now, I need to know who this nigga used to roll with. That's what I need to know. If I can figure out who the nigga used to roll with, then I can understand. But I'm sure it was Suzuki Gun, and then they did.
He was the Suzuki Gun, and then Suzuki retired, and they disbanded.
Yeah. So and then some niggas went to one place, and then some cats went to another.
Yeah, Zack Sabre won that international title and took a bunch of them.
Yeah. So Suzuki Gun was a stable.
Why don't we have a three-way blood and guts? You can add Ospreay, his boys, and Jeff Cobb and his tag team partner.
Oh, speaking of Ospreay, you heard that he has to slow. He said he's going to slow down his thing. He's going to have to go the Daniel Bryan heel route again.
Yeah. Because him and Tanahashi got hurt too.
Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting one.
Because now we got the weird Juice Robinson and Switchblade thing in AEW.
Oh, Jeff Cobb.
Oh, Jeff Cobb.
That's another nigga that you can roll with Lance Archer. Is that what you can do? You can have 6. You can him and fucking Lance Archer and Jeff Cobb fucking niggas up.
I want to see. I do want to see another Jeff Cobb Wardlow match because that match was a banger.
That's what I'm saying. That would be fucking amazing.
All right, what else we got? Okay, WWE's tag team division. The men's showcase match was so much better than it had any right to be.
Yes, but I also made me mad because then you had the winner of that match, which was the
Profits.
The Profits. The next night, you have them go against the tag champs, which that was stupid. That's stupid.
There's no way that they're losing to the Street Profits.
Yeah, you should have had them hold on to that fucking title match. And that was I promise you that was a Vince call because that was Vince's last Raw, apparently. So
yeah.
Let's put the Profits in there. I like Montez.
Yeah. From recent reports, apparently Vince became very fond of Johnny Gargano recently.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Because of his performance from the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
He was like, I like this kid. He's like, I don't know why I ever doubted him.
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's kind of how he felt about fucking Roderick Strong. But Roderick Strong is small as shit. I didn't realize how short Roderick Strong was, bro.
He's like 5'6".
Yeah, I was at the NXT show and I was like towering over Roderick Strong. I'm like, what the fuck? But what are we gonna do about? So there's a lot of shit that now because I always thought that Braun Breaker was gonna come over, and that hasn't happened yet.
It'll happen at the draft.
It should, but as long as I need him to just run roughshod through everyone.
I was gonna say, but first he's gonna burn down Chase U. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, burn down Chase U, reform the Varsity Club, and.
All right, so we are running out of time here, sir.
We are never running out of time. No, okay. So let's fast forward. So now we are at the point of Cody Rhodes lost the title. That because I guess lost the title match. So this is going to be the last topic. The topic that I hate talking about. The booking decision to have Cody Rhodes lose to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Now,
I still say it was the right one.
While that may be true, as far as hardcore booking goes, there's like a reality, right? And the reality is that they've put themselves. We talked about backing themselves into corners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they booked themselves into a corner where now Roman Reigns is beating everyone, and there's legitimately not anybody that can beat Roman Reigns on the roster right now once you've taken out Cody Rhodes. But if you say, okay, well, he lost dirty, okay, fine, but you know he's going to have to deal with that eventually.
There's a couple people who can challenge Roman and possibly take the belt on the roster right now.
The only people that storyline would make sense would be Jey Uso, but then that would be negating. I mean, Jey Uso can finish the bloodline without the title being on the line.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with The Rock. Okay, the title doesn't need the end of the bloodline does not have to involve the title. As far as it needs to be the catalyst that starts the process, but it doesn't have to be the end all be all. This could have been the year-long end of the bloodline feud. Like basically the bloodline tearing itself from the inside out had Roman Reigns lost to Cody Rhodes. Because then you could have booked it where Brock Lesnar comes out, now he gets a title shot. You know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop. And then you can still do the same betrayal. Now you still have a WrestleMania Backlash opponent. Then you got Night of Champions. And then you can go through all that whole shit. Having Roman Reigns beat Cody Rhodes in the simplest way possible. I feel like nobody's done any kind of scouting reports. Nobody has watched any film. Nobody has even looked at the results on ProFightDB.com. They haven't checked the dirt sheets. Imagine the New England Patriots not making defensive halftime adjustments. That's essentially what happened here. Is that you knew that Solo Sikoa is hanging out outside. You knew that the bloodline is hanging around somewhere. And yet you had no contingency plan to deal with this. And this isn't the first time. It's like the 100th time.
Well, Jimmy and Jey Uso were a non-factor because Sammy and KO came out immediately.
Mm-hmm. but
Solo was already removed from the situation.
Yeah, but shouldn't Riddle have dealt with? That's when you have Riddle come back and have him deal with Solo and get his get back. Because if he was going to have him come back anyway,
Riddle was not cleared on WrestleMania.
You didn't need to. Shit, if CM Punk wasn't cleared to get taken out by Jon Moxley, then obviously you can find a way to make that work.
A moron who jumps into a crowd and breaks his foot when he wins the championship.
We've all been morons, okay? We've all done some stupid shit when we were old. I mean, young.
And I love Mr. Phillip Brooks.
Yes, I know. And that's the story of Phillip Brooks is going to be in a different episode. We'll talk about that one next week. But as far but like there's nobody but Solo's interfered with, he did it with KO, the match with KO. He did it in all the other matches as long as they had Solo.
The WWE has a Solo problem.
Yeah. Exactly. And until that problem is solved, which again, you could have solved it with Riddle, and then Cody Rhodes wins. And then you're like, okay, now it's a new era. Now the whole bloodline gets torn apart. Now you got Solo versus Riddle have their best of 7 series, which has to take place in the fight pit. Imagine Solo Sikoa in the fight pit. I want Solo Sikoa in the fight pit. Okay,
I do. I only want him in there if he's fighting Brock Lesnar.
No, you have him kill Matt Riddle. Okay, in the fight pit, because that's what if you want to know what Matt Riddle is good at, is dying in the fight pit. He's done it with that. And tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, he beat Seth Rollins.
Yes, after damn near dying in the fight pit against Seth Rollins too. He damn near died. Okay, so that you could have had Solo be preoccupied with Matt Riddle in a fight pit. Okay, that just would have been beef. It would have been all like Donkey Kong. Then we could have told the story with Roman Reigns beating the shit out of, this dogging the shit out of the Usos because losing the title, treat them like his bitches, right? Then you can still somehow find, have the old boy treat Baron Corbin like his bitch. So many things you could have done with Roman losing the belt. Now instead, Roman Reigns doesn't have an opponent, not even leading up to Night of Champions. And there's no viable opponent that you can say, oh, I want to watch this because I want to see if he can beat Roman Reigns. He's beating everybody. He's beating every single person.
So this is where you start the underdog story.
But who? Who's underdogging?
But the underdog is still going to get wrecked.
But who? He's beating. He's lapping people at this point. I think he even said that. He's like, I'm beating everyone. I'm lapping everyone.
He did. In the press conference, he did. And he is absolutely right. But this is where you get guys, Loomis, Bronson, these guys that have come back and have yet to make that impact the way they should be. If it's true with this whole Triple H thing, this is where it happens. You're carrying crosses. And I do have one thing I want to complain about real quick.
Uh-huh.
Everybody is saying Nakamura made a heel turn when Riddick Moss attacked him.
Why did Riddick Moss attack him?
After he lost to him, I don't know. Riddick Moss tried to attack him and just got knocked the fuck out with another Kinshasa.
What the fuck?
After that match on SmackDown. But they're like, oh, Shinsuke Nakamura heel turn. No. Madcap Moss attacked this man after the match.
Why would Madcap attack this man? I'm going to watch it back again because I didn't see what...
Maybe
I missed something subtle.
Because Madcap got his ass whooped.
It is what it is. What you want to do? You're fighting Nakamura. What the fuck?
It even got to the point where Emma was even yelling at him. Why did you do that?
Yeah. Oh, come on now. Like, come on. Like, really? So that's what I'm saying. So, like, you got to look to...
You got to look at Nakamura. You have to look at Damian Priest because that's the other thing I want to talk about. We're getting ready to see a Bloodline Judgment Day feud, and you see it coming.
Well, you see Paul Heyman shook Damian Priest's hand.
Yeah, but you also had Finn Balor say,
No, but you see that look that he gave when he shook his hand? That Finn Balor, like, nigga, what?
Because Damian Priest Damian Priest at 44 years old is performing the best he has performed in his career.
Well, yeah, but that nigga, that's what is it? Consequences?
We got consequences. What was it? Consequences.
No punishment. Punishment Martinez, nigga. That's what that is.
Yeah, we got Punishment Martinez going on right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they will ever pull the trigger, but I kind of want a Rhea Ripley versus Solo Sikoa match with all their stare downs that have happened in the last 6 months.
Who knows? The bloodline might fuck around and absorb fucking what is it that fucking Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and then fuck around and fucking around and Rhea Ripley leave what's his name? Dominic, and say that that Solo's the man that she's always wanted. Although Solo just got married in real life.
Their stand-outs are epic.
Yes, I know. I love it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because Solo just be looking at her like, bitch, try me.
Exactly.
Fucking try me.
I'm saying at some point they're gonna absorb them too. And then the Judgment Day is just Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor.
Because then Dominic joins the LWO.
Yeah.
He loses a hair versus mask match against his dad. He gets his stupid fucking haircut. Finn Balor goes back to flopping like a fish somewhere and wearing devil makeup.
Yeah.
But so in my last words for this one, shout outs to Finn Balor for finishing that Hell in a Cell match with a gash in his head that looked like you could see his skull.
Well, it looked like you could see his skull because you could actually see his skull.
Yes. So there was a lot of talk like, oh, was that a work? Did he meant to bleed? No. Because if he was meant to bleed, the door would have stayed open for the doctors to get out.
Yeah, exactly.
They had to go under the ring because Edge and Finn Balor were like, fuck this, let's finish this match.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to make a judgment call. But
So where do you... Okay, I have one last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What does Edge do now?
That's probably going to be the next one. Has Edge even had a solo match against Roman Reigns?
He has not, because Daniel Bryan got in the way of the last one.
So that would probably that's probably going to be your SummerSlam main event if they don't book it for Night of Champions.
Which I am all there for that. If they build it up right,
yeah.
Because I could see Edge, getting beat the shit out of by the bloodline, but I could see him being that fourth male ally to KO, Cody, and Sammy.
I just can't wait for. That's why. I wish Survivor Series was closer because could you imagine
War Games?
Yeah, you have put 4 ROH champions together. Well, I mean, Edge wouldn't be in the ROH champion, but we would have had like Riddle because I think Riddle wasn't Riddle in ROH?
Yeah, Riddle was ROH champion.
Yeah, I'm like you could have had like 4 basically indie champions, indie gods going against the fucking bloodline, and then maybe one of them got taken out, and then you replace it with Edge, and then that would have been crazy. But no, either way, I think that has to be a SummerSlam one because he give enough time for Edge to recharge.
And build more of the story.
Build more of the story.
He's gonna be like, well, you never beat me one-on-one.
Yeah. Like, I'm the ghost in the room. You know what I'm saying? He could be the Spectre in the room. You can have Edge play mind games with this nigga Roman Reigns, and that could potentially be entertaining.
What if Damian Priest left the Judgment Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Edge took the Judgment Day back over to take on the bloodline.
Or, so what if the two? I got you. Are you ready for this one?
All right.
What if Rhea Ripley and let's say Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest and Dom leave the Judgment Day, leaves Balor on his own, right? And leaves Balor to kind of reconstruct.
Yeah.
And now Balor and Edge become the new Judgment Day as a team.
I can see it working because Edge still has the ability to go for an hour in the ring.
Yes.
He still has that ability.
Yes.
Because then you could feasibly put them with Sammy, KO, and Riddle.
Yeah.
For a Survivor Series match.
Peak Edge and peak Balor going against the taking out everybody, and they can take out the Judgment Day on their own. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, shit, if you really want to really go for it, I would I want to see the Demon take over subtly full time. Not like full paint, right? Just slight paint, but you know the Demon is inside, and it's actually Demon Balor as opposed to Finn. It's just a slight.
So you basically want the Prince persona back from his last NXT run?
Yes, and
gotcha.
along with Edge, okay, and like Demon, fucking Brood Edge, and a Prince Balor nigga, I could see that. I could honestly see that, and up into a lead going against the Bloodline after the Bloodline betrays them, and then all the shit. A lot of crazy shit has to happen between now and SummerSlam.
Because we're looking at like faction wars again right now.
Yeah.
Because you got the Bloodline, you got the Judgment Day, you got the LWO.
Yeah.
You have essentially what could be the rebranding of the Hurt Business with the Street Profits, Carmelo Hayes if he comes up to the roster, Bobby Lashley.
And that's all going to be dependent on
how long they want his NXT title and that last.
Well, I'm thinking more like the Profits are allegedly supposed to be splitting at the Profits are supposed to be splitting at what's it called? At the draft, allegedly.
Well, if they're going to do it, that's the only way they can, because trying to put those seeds out there that Dawkins was mad did not work at all. No,
it sucks. I don't want them to split up. I think they're an amazing team.
No, they're fantastic. But they both deserve their flowers solo wise.
I mean,
like okay. Tez is a beast.
All right, so I would only invite that in if you have an immediate plan for one of the two to make an immediate singles impact. Not like a build-up, and then they start losing, and then they start winning, and then they start losing, and 50-50 booking and bullshit. No. Because you could do that as a tag team, and then you'd be all right. You'd be in the same position.
Well, that's where they're at now.
But that's what I'm saying. But there's no point. Splitting them up and doing the same shit they could have done as a team is no point. Especially when you have more singles rungs to go through. Okay? You really think that Montez Ford is going to beat Gunther? No.
No, I have an idea for you that I want you to ponder on for the next time we talk wrestling.
Okay.
The battle of the power couples. Seth and Becky versus Montez and Bianca.
That's a long game, given where Seth Rollins is. Seth Rollins is in full face mode right now. So that would be.
You turned Bianca and Montez heel.
But that would involve the crowd turning on Bianca. They love her. Unfortunately, they love her.
I think they would do it if she really did somebody dirty. Like if she did Candice LeRae dirty, I think the fans would turn on her.
I don't know. They would really have to go. They'd have to go late run CM Punk with that, where basically the longer the title reign goes, the more paranoid that she gets.
Yeah, and Montez is a great mouthpiece.
Yeah, I mean, because what? She's been champ for a year now, right?
Yeah, she's hit the year. She set the record. She set all the records. So
yeah, so like she would have to go get paranoid. I can see her beating 434 days easily.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you gotta.
That's a long game play, but I think it would be a good play.
Yeah, but it'd
be better than Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
Oh no! Please God, no. No, don't do that.
You remember how bad that was?
That we don't talk about that. We don't even discuss that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No, we don't talk about Bruno. No. We do not talk about Bruno. Nope. But aside from that, there's a lot of decisions that are going to be made by the WWE and how they want to do the WWE title picture coming into SummerSlam. Fortunately, they're faced with only having to do Saudi at Night of Champions and then Money in the Bank and then prepping for the thing. And the title doesn't have to be on the line at Money in the Bank.
No, because the show is about getting that briefcase.
Yeah. Like I said, I can make a case for Solo winning the briefcase as an insurance policy.
All right, so let's end the show with this.
Yeah.
Give me your prediction for the men's Money in the Bank and the women's Money in the Bank. And I'll do the same thing. And if you remember, Synful over here called it the last time we did this.
Yes. Fucking Austin Theory shit.
No. Baron Corbin and Carmella.
Oh, yeah. No, but we did it. Didn't we do this last year, too?
No, we didn't. We haven't done like predictions like this in a while.
Oh, well, off kilter. I think you said Austin Theory, though.
Yeah, I did.
Because we all saw the writing was on the wall. We just didn't expect them to fucking
try to cash in on Seth Rollins.
Yeah, we didn't expect that. No, but
male 2023 male female Money in the Bank.
Solo Sikoa for male, and it's best for business. As I said, you can tell a whole storyline, and it can bridge into another storyline. You also then can do for the females. See, that one's tough because there's not a lot of women that haven't had the shine, and there's a lot of women that they still have to bring up coming from the draft. Still, like the whole shakeup is needed.
Yep.
You could Chelsea Green hasn't wrestled enough to warrant even that. To even get behind her.
But at least she's actually wrestled a couple matches without breaking her arm.
Yeah. So feasibly, whoever wins the Money in the Bank for women has to take it from Bianca Belair. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way you're gonna get Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I think, especially with the title reign this fresh.
Yep.
So the threat has to be looming for Bianca Belair. So you're potentially looking at a Raw woman, and I know the draft is coming up, but if we're going to assume about the women that are there now, then that really only.
Well, if you want to pick an NXT one, you can because it's the draft.
True. But I don't even see anybody from NXT that nobody's ready yet.
I have I have somebody in mind for when I do mine, and it's going to cause the Bianca heel. I do have somebody for that.
Okay. So I will. I will. If we gotta predict, my god damn, cause this is rough. Fuck.
And after the draft, we can repick if we want to.
I will say, like, if we're gonna really do this one, fuck, who's left? With the women's division. That's the other problem. Who is left?
Sonya Deville has been on fire.
Oh.
Raquel, Shayna.
No.
Ronda.
No.
Piper Niven.
They haven't built her up enough. No.
Well, at least she's not Doudrop anymore.
I know. Thank God. Fucking shit. I mean, they would really have to build Bailey. I think that would be the only one.
Okay.
Bailey. I think she's the only one that hasn't won it.
You're right. You ready for my predictions?
Yeah, sure.
Men's Money in the Bank.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go with L.A. Knight.
That would be a good one.
Women's Money in the Bank, causing the Bianca Belair heel turn. Roxanne Perez.
That would be interesting. It would be almost like a...
Because she would be bullying Roxanne Perez.
Yeah. True. I'm trying to think, man.
Or Indy Hartwell. Because I think both are going to be getting called up really soon.
Well, I mean... Yeah, possibly. But no, you know what? Yeah, I like Bailey. I can safely say Bailey. Safely. Now, if we want to roll the dice on somebody, like somebody that should have, like, you know, that may deserve some shine that hasn't been like active in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
For the women, oh yeah, that is rough though. See, that's tough. I don't know. I'd have to go Bailey because she's like the only one that hasn't. Unless you go Lacey Evans and then you can rebuild her from there.
No, they don't even know what to do with a character.
Had they stuck with the character they initially tried to present before they tried to turn her heel?
You talking about with her dad being an abusive father and all that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was actually getting good face momentum. Then like, nah, you just gonna be a stuck-up bitch again. Bye.
Yeah. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, no, I don't want to. Like, she could have had the angry attitude. She could have been angry, right? Mm-hmm. And had an attitude and still been a face because it was warranted.
You know who I would like to see take on Bianca, like, cleanly?
Who? Because
she dominated Bianca in NXT?
Who?
Io Sky.
That would have been nice. I could roll with that.
But no, I'm going to stick with LA Knight and Roxanne Perez.
See, LA Knight's my 1A because I feel like LA Knight is they put him through this shit for a reason. It has to be it.
Now he's got the little feud with Xavier Woods going on.
Yeah.
We don't know when Bray Wyatt's returning.
True.
And that's another person you can add to the Roman Reigns thing is Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Because you can have the Wyndham Six take on the Bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is what you call him wrestling? What's her name? Valhalla. Why isn't she wrestling? Oh, I forgot. The fact that doesn't have many women anymore. That's what the problem is.
Not only that, she also signed a managerial contract, not an active competitive contract.
Why?
Because of the baby, and she doesn't want to get hurt.
Well, that sucks.
And I get it because they take the baby travels with them because the Viking Raiders were going to leave WWE.
Yeah.
Because AEW offered them less travel because it was Eric, then the baby and everything. WWE told them they can let Sarah Logan come back as managerial, and of course, it's the biggest stage, so take that offer.
True.
She could be a presence, make a lot of money, protect herself, and give her husband and give those two a big stage to wrestle on.
Honestly, should have been Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu should be the Money in the Bank winner. Bring her back.
I would like to see that. I would like to see that too.
Or have fucking Dexter Loomis be the belt collector for Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell comes in, wins the Money in the Bank. With the help of fucking Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis sneaks in and puts fucking Rhea Ripley to sleep.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. If we're gonna go all in with Dexter Loomis, you might as well. Listen, I'm here for
Loomis Hartwell, Money in the Bank 2024.
Campaign and this shit. Oh, God damn. If it wasn't so
we didn't say it earlier. These podcasts are gonna go up on Saturday.
Yes.
So I haven't released the gameplay yet, but I also announced for the gameplays on Saturdays, it is going to be Skyrim Saturdays as we play through the entirety of Skyrim.
Skyrim Saturdays sounds so naughty.
And then the podcast. That'll be the Saturday content.
Skyrim Saturday.
Oh yeah, when I post that Minecraft Dungeons one, I'm going to send you the link because you're gonna die during that shit.
Okay, yes, please and thank you. Because
I became a sadistic murderer in the fucking commentary for that shit.
I was going to ask you what's wrong with you, but then I remembered everything. So there you go.
All right. So this was the first podcast. It went for almost 2 hours. We scheduled an hour. Started an hour late, went an hour over. So it's yeah.
That means that we've committed 3 hours for 2 hours of work. That's union. You know what I'm saying? Union hours, baby. All right. So make sure you catch us next Saturday. This is going to drop on the 22nd of April. So make sure you check us out on every Saturday. It'll drop. And then
and also the podcast content will change. We'll be talking. All the podcasts are going to probably be a different thing, but we will consistently be doing wrestling, sports, and shit like that. So,
well, let's start here. It's not just going to be one podcast, though.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, every week it could be a different subject. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like with wrestling, there's so much to talk about, but we don't have a script. Okay,
as you can tell for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, we'll go off on another tangent if we need to. Nobody's sending us questions, so if you want to answer questions, please feel free to send those in.
You want them to answer the questions and send them in.
Yes, exactly. If you want, yes.
In other words, Hollywood's like, y'all do the work, and we just gonna sit here bullshit like friends, right?
Exactly. We'll do whatever it takes. So it's like if you want to send us questions, whatever. If you want to answer our questions, whatever.
If you want to answer the question you sent in, whatever.
Whatever. Whatever you want to do. If you want to put the Q and the A, whatever. Fuck it. It is what it is.
Or just a qua?
Whatever.
But we are Synful Blaq. We do reactions, we do gameplays, a lot of other content's coming out. I'm waiting for this man to finish my intro video for whatever the hell I called it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that'll be done tomorrow because I care.
But yeah, new content coming, baby. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. And I'm going to let Hollywood do our site out here.
All right. So make sure that if you're like, you know what, guys? You guys are awesome, but your wrestling shit sucks, okay? First off, how dare you? Second off, we have more things that you can watch. So what we're going to need you to do.
Third off, go fuck yourself.
So this is what we're going to need you to do while you're going to F yourself. We're going to need you to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube
playing
page.
In the background. Leave us playing in the background and go and hate masturbate, okay?
Yes, that's right, because we're trying to get ad revenue, okay? We can't get ad revenue until we have people watch, and we need people to watch or listen. So there you go.
See, hate listen to us like you hate watch Velma, okay?
Exactly. So, while you're doing that, like, comment, and subscribe, because we have other stuff that's on our channels. I said we're going to have random podcasts talking about random shit. We'll be doing sports. Overtime Sports Show is definitely gonna be back. We'll talk about certain subjects, or I'll be talking about certain subjects. And if Sin's available, he'll join me to talk about certain subjects or whatever. We'll be also talking about movies, stuff like that. Random shit. We're not just a singular bubble, but our channel.
We said we're going to also do the video game podcast too.
Yes, we're going to do a video game podcast, and then we got to talk about the fall of E3, which is a big thing in the industry. That's probably one of the things that we talk about next week as well. So
fucking funny.
What else is there? Oh yes, we do music video reactions, and we've been having a lot of fun with those. So make sure you check those out. Always try to make you laugh or piss you off, one of the two, whichever one we feel like doing that day.
I like to piss people off. So
really, you're the person that's a little bit of A, a little bit of B. Okay, you are the king of the my world, Jericho. That's what you are. So
I piss off fan bases and regular people.
That's right. It's your specialty. Well, yes. While you're rocking with that, go ahead and check that out. And then that's really all we got for you. So
as far as podcasts go, we'll see you next Saturday.
And for anything else, hey, every day 4:00, there's a Synful Blaq React on our 4:00 Eastern, 1:00 Pacific. There's a reaction, and you can just figure out what time in between.
And so also, reactions now will only be Sunday through Thursday, starting here in a week or two. So remember, you brought that idea up.
Yeah, so we're gonna short it down to 5 days a week because we're
gonna have other entertainment coming out on Saturdays and Fridays.
Yes. So so make sure you join us. We have, trust me, on this channel, we will have something for you. Okay.
And if it's not for you, make it for you.
Exactly. Bitch. So until next time. That over there on the other side of the speakers, my man Big Sin.
Yes, I am a clown.
Yeah, I'm your boy Hollywood J Black. This is the Synful Blaq the Synful Blaq podcast.
You fucked up.
Thank you. I tried. And we are out this thing.
Obviously you didn't because you fucked up.
Well, listen, sometimes you gotta fuck up to fuck down, okay?
Well, that's usually how sex works, so yeah.
No, sometimes you fuck sideways.
And around
the
corner,
ringing around town.
Well, take it all downtown. Let's get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, we're out this thing, bitches.
Deuces.
Aye. As soon as I click the button, bye.